solubility in the oxidation state of the antimony species under consideration. Fowler and Gorey, 1991. In general, antimony 3 is more toxic than antimony 4, and the inorganic compounds are more toxic than the organic compounds, with stibin, SBH3, a lipophilic gas being most toxic by inhalation. Soluble antimony salts after oral uptake exert a strong irritating effect on the gastrointestinal mucosa and trigger sustained vomiting. Other effects include abdominal cramps, diarrhea, and cardiac toxicity. The minimal lethal dose for oral intoxication by antimony in the form of tartar, APT, tartar emetic, is reported in textbooks as 300 milligrams of APT for a child and 1,200 milligrams of APT for an adult. The acute symptoms are similar to those seen after acute oral intoxication by arsenic. It gives you the same effect as injecting and having arsenic, inhaling arsenic, and all of these things in the body. It even mimics arsenic, so you can mistake it for arsenic, but it's antimony. Chronic respiratory uptake of antimony containing dust leads to irritation of the respiratory tract and myocardial and liver damage. With respect to possible reproductive effects of antimony in humans, one incomplete study reported that respired antimony compounds could trigger premature births and spontaneous abortions. Chemical abortions. Antimony. Look, significant. Hold on. I skipped. Repeated oral exposure to therapeutic doses of antimony was associated with optic nerve destruction, uveitis, and retinal bleeding. Specific symptoms of intoxication are generally accompanied by headache, coughing, anorexic, trouble to sleep, and vertigo. Okay, I'm going to read to you the reproductive and developmental effects of antimony, right? An increased incidence of spontaneous abortions as compared with a control group was reported in women working at antimony plant. Disturbances in the menstrual cycle were reported in women exposed to various antimony compounds in a metallurgical plant. However, the study that reported these findings was unclear about concurrent exposure to other chemicals, nor did it provide the characteristics of the controls used. Animal studies have reported a decrease in the number of offspring, population control, a decrease in the number of offspring, population control, decrease in the number of offspring, population control, a decrease in the number of offspring born, to rats, to antimony prior to conception and throughout gestation. Reproductive effects including metaplasia in the uterus and disturbances in the ovum maturing process were reported in rat study following inhalation exposure. Cancer risk. In one human study, inhalation exposure to antimony did not affect the incidence of cancer in workers employed for 9 and 31 years. Lung tumors have been observed in rats exposed to antimony trioxide by inhalation. Okay, this is what OSHA say. Occupational Safety and Health Administration permissible exposure limit expressed as a time-weighted average. The concentration of substance to which most workers can be exposed without adverse effect. Averaged over a normal 8-hour workday or a 40-hour work week. Make them work longer. Keep them around it. You know what? I'm going to stop there. See, what happened in the early times is the men didn't want to have their wives, with babies because it would change their form and shape. So they liked the younger women. So humanity and the seeds of these evil spirits that had gone forth had these women drink these potions and beverages so that it would prevent birth and stop their wombs from being fertile. This stuff is nothing new. This started in the beginning of time. I done read to you and found out about antimony through the reading of ancient script that was written in cuneiform. I just want you guys as a church to be aware that when you see these people pushing vaccines, you got the World Health Organization, the Gates Foundation, CDC, and all the stuff that's going on with China, how we being infiltrated. All you got to do is Google antimony and baby formula. Google antimony and cigarettes. Just start Googling antimony in drinking water, antimony in vaccines. Just start looking at it. Look, this originally started with the cosmetics and stuff too. All the makeup, all the powders, all of these things and minerals that you put in your skin with these metals. Sunblocks, deodorants, people getting cancer, getting Alzheimer's, having neurological problems, birth defects, premature. Look how many thousands and tens of thousands of dollars people are spending just to have babies because things are going on with their wombs and they won't produce. Don't be ignorant. Don't be unaware. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Again, it's over to Nash. And I only do this because I want y'all to be aware and be empowered. So nothing don't come up on you unaware. I don't think the rest of the world would ever listen to this because they don't care. They probably think it's foolishness. Oh, he coming from this with the scripture. But to you that know the way, you need to be careful and be aware and don't be pushing these vaccines and stay away from all of these poisons that they're trying to put on us. This is why they're making us sick and weak, and this is how they're controlling our population. And now they want to force a mandatory evacuation on the world, and China's the #1 producer of antimony. Man, if you don't connect the dots, I don't know what to say. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Have a good day. And may peace surround you all day long. God bless.